Adventures.
Hey guys, Chuke here from Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Welcome to news from bear country once again, and you just can't make this stuff up. This is unbelievable. So last Friday, I put out my bear story. I had like 3 different attacks, and that day I just started getting dozens of messages about the group of children and teachers attacked in British Columbia. And I don't know what's going on with these bears, guys. It just doesn't make any sense. Well, it does actually, because they're big carnivorous creatures that like to eat meat, and they're opportunists, and the population must be increasing because we're just getting attack after attack. Now, the first thing I thought about when I heard this story of teachers and little kids getting attacked in British Columbia was my first time spending time in Valdez, Alaska. When I first went to Valdez, Alaska, I saw a preschool, and the little play area of the preschool had an iron cage around it. And some locals told me the reason why there was an iron cage around the preschoolers' play area is because there were so many bears in the area, brown bears, that would come into town, and that people, they didn't want their kids to get eaten by a brown bear, so they built this cage for the children to play safely in. Now, I had several encounters close to Valdez where I had to pull out a firearm and at one point discharge one over, into the water at the feet of this brown bear that was just kind of wasn't charging, thankfully, but was coming right at me. In that area, I mean, tons of salmon in different streams and areas. And anyways, that's what I thought of when I heard this story. Now, there are some updates, thankfully. So on the 21st, the email started trickling in, and the story was broken, and then we had several updates, and they're still searching as far as I know. So this first message really summarizes it well. This is by Will Barron. And he said, "Hey, Chuke, a big fan from BC, Canada. Has anyone else messaged you about the bear attack in Bella Coola, BC? That's British Columbia. A brown bear attacked a group of school children, injuring 11 total and 4 requiring airlift to nearby hospitals. Thankfully, the teachers performed the most based and heroic act I've heard of a teacher doing within my lifetime, as they all fought off the bear with bear spray, metal pipes, and bear fists. Bear attacks in BC are becoming far more common, as well as the rest of North America and other parts of the world. Absolutely. Brown grizzly hunting has been banned in BC since 2017. They got to change that. It's time to reopen brown bear hunting, if not at least compromise for limited entry hunt tickets. What are your opinions, Chuke? Absolutely. Open up the hunting. I mean, there's people that might die here because of this, and it's just amazing. Some of the stuff I hear from even the officials, they're trying to capture this sow with the cubs when they've already injured humans. At that point, you need to just take the bear out of the environment by, unaliving it is what you have to do. So just some of the mindset of the officials in Canada, I just don't get. Now, I did watch an interview where the official was talking about, we're trying to capture the bear. We captured one male bear and tested it forensically, and there was nothing to show that was one of the attacking bears. But somebody commented, nobody should be out in big brown bear country like that without a firearm. And I agree 100%. I'm a fan of bear spray. Chuck uses it regularly, but he likes his firearms more. He knows that that's a better protection, so he carries both. If you're going to have bear spray, you should also have a firearm. That's just the way it is. So, Cowboy State Daily did a good article on it. Grizzly mauling of school picnickers in Canada baffles experts. So a lot of people thought it was pretty rare for bears to attack large groups of people, and that is true. Typically, even if there's a handful of people, the bear's not going to attack. It's usually 1 or 2 people you might get attacked and mauled. By yourself, forget about it. That's very dangerous. Sometimes they'll stalk you. So a grizzly attack on the school picnic in Canada late last week was a rare and puzzling happening that may have been spurred on by scrambling children's panic screams, bear experts say. They think the female It's a female bear with 2 cubs, attacked a group of about 20 people, including several school children on Thursday near a teeny coastal community in British Columbia, Canada. So it was a small town. There was also the sound of rushing water. It was a loud area where there was, water was moving, and that's a dangerous spot to be in. I've been in that spot myself, because then the bear can't hear as well and you might surprise it and get charged. As of Monday morning, 4 people were still hospitalized, including a teacher and 3 grade 4 and 5 children. Canadian bear safety expert Tim Titchener told Cowboy State Daily some of the victims were in critical condition. Asher Titchener, the founder of the Bear Safety and More organization. So our prayers go out to those people and the kids. I mean, critical condition, that's really scary. They got mauled really bad. The bear or bears had still not been found. The case is baffling and rare because bears almost never attack large groups of people, she said. And that's fair. The attack happened near Bella Coola, an area where there's been an uptick in bear trouble, CBC News reported. They should be taking out these bears, literally hunting them, not capturing them. Many details of the incident were still murky, Titchener said. That included the size and age of the cubs. If it was indeed a female with cubs involved, she said, it's so tough because there's people in hospitals that cannot be interviewed to help investigators unravel what happened leading up to and during the attack, she said. Apparently, the teachers and children had gone for a hike along a trail and were off on the side of the trail having lunch when the attack occurred. There's still a lot of bear activity in the area. Although bears in the high country in Canada have started to go into hibernation, Bella Coola is the coastal lowlands where the weather has been rainy. Wow, yeah, entering December just about here, and the bears are still up and out, and that's amazing. It's also the middle of salmon spotting season. That is a late run of salmon. So I wish we had, well, we do have some runs that are late, but not a whole bunch of them. So bears are congregated near water to gorge on fish, she added. Wildlife agents had been searching the area for bears, including with heat-seeking drones, she said. The hope is to capture the bears. DNA samples will probably be taken to confirm that the bears involved with the attack. So they have just massive syringe that they're going to shoot, just huge. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. They should be having a bunch of hunters with dogs hunting these bears down and dispatching them, not capturing them. They're going to test them for disease to see if that was a factor in the aggressive behavior. It's probably just a pissed off sow. Grizzly attacks, particularly those involve female with cubs, are almost always defensive in nature, Titchener said. The teachers ended the attack by driving the grizzlies off with bear spray. Well, good thing they had that. In grizzly country, it's best for groups to stay together, stay calm, Titchener said. And of course, he didn't say anything about carrying firearms. Why would he? He is an official in Canada. So that is frustrating. But thank you for just sending me all the emails. This is a terrifying story. It's a sad story. But this is what is happening. We are seeing an uptick of bear attacks. And there's certain areas, even in the United States, where they don't want to open up hunting, and these attacks just keep happening. And I just keep saying we need to corral all the dangerous grizzlies and just reintroduce them to California in large numbers. So that's my plan. If you have a better plan, let me know. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'll have another bear report up next Friday, and I got a video up in the morning. It's Chuke, your friend in the field.
My name is Chuke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh, look, get shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Chuke's Outdoor Adventures. Watch you all die every time. Guaranteed.